All right, it's the 0 to 100 podcast. I am back. I have some very special guests with me today. I'll start with the people who are the old vets. I have my good friend Christina. What's up, Chris?
Hey, 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 hey.
Making his return is my boy Thomas. What's up, Thomas?
What's going on, Will? Thanks for having me back.
And so now I have two people making their debut on the 0 to 100 podcast. I have my one friend, Yogi. What's going on, Yogi?
Hey y'all, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we
Yep.
can.
Okay, I'm glad to be
And
here.
And see, this is why I'm also mad that I'm not on StreamYard because I had the graphic for her and everything. This is my social media quality control uh, person, Belly.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Great.
I'm good. I'm
All right.
good.
So I wanted to have you guys on because I had some questions in regards to parasocial relationships or pretty much how you make friends as adults these days. And so the
Oh,
first question that I have for you guys, and I'll go around the horn, is do you think social media is a good way of making friends? And I will let you kick it off, Thomas.
No. um,
Dang.
I kind of feel like in the social media, we don't really get a chance to know people as they are. We get a face or representative. So you're not really meeting the real person.
yeah.
And
hmm
oftentimes, no matter how much they're not giving everything. So you're not like you're meeting like an incomplete person. You're building a relationship, a parasocial relationship in this instance based on that. And then you meet those people and they're not the same people that you expect. There are ways to meet people online. You can get like I met you on Blue Sky and we are pretty cool. You know what I mean? But I don't like I know you, but I don't like drug lord know you. You know what I mean? Like if you're cool or
Oh,
not
Lord, yo,
for
I
real.
can't.
So I just feel like there's just better ways. Like you interact with
Mhm.
people live, it's a much better format
Yeah.
for making friends, in my opinion.
Okay. Veli, I'll let you go next.
So I feel like it can be a good way to make friends. I do agree that people are not as genuine as they are obviously in real life. It's harder to hide who you are in real life, and you can pretend to be whoever you want to be online. But I do feel like you can make some genuine friendships online. Obviously, I have you, you're my friend online from offline, on Blue Sky. That's where I met you. So I will say it's really like, once in a blue moon you find like good people who are being genuine and actually want to be your genuine friend online. So I do think it's hard, but I do think it's possible.
Okay. Chris.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. It's hard, but it's not impossible. I mean, you definitely have to be able to um clear through the smoke screens and the BS. But just depending on just how that person is. I feel like you're a little bit of a representation of that. However, at the same time, ours is a little different because we have a mutual friend, so a little bit of that guard was also kind of down a little bit. So
Mm,
I would say, yeah. I mean, it's possible. You just have to be careful. I don't know. At the same time, it's no different from meeting someone in person. When you initially meeting someone, they're always going to show their best self. It's just over time you'll see if that person's actually cool.
okay. Yogi.
I echo what everyone else has said. I think it can happen, but I think that I don't know. I just feel that online you're getting like you're not getting a complete picture. But then I think about the relationship that I have with you, and I'm like, we hit it off just off the bat. So it's like it's possible. I'm not going to say that it's not possible, but I do think that there are different requirements between an online relationship and an in-person relationship.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like all you guys made a good point. Um, And I guess it's I think the sentiment that I get from everybody is that yeah, like it's possible, but it might not always be the easiest way of actually making friends. Um, actually, I didn't even send you guys this question, but it does make me think like, so as adults, because it's different. Like when you're in school, you make friends because these are the people
Mm-hmm.
you hang out with. But as adults, do you find like, how do you find yourself making friends as like now that you're not in school anymore, or like is it through work or is it through social media? Because for me, like for example, like all of you guys I've befriended because of social media. Like Christina, I actually, yeah, you're my actual friend because you've been to my house. Like we've gone out, we've hung out together.
Yeah.
So, and it's like
Yep.
now granted
Went to my
yeah,
wedding and all that jazz. Yeah.
exactly. So it's like, but now granted, like yeah, we had a mutual friend, but that mutual friend connected us through Facebook. So
Yep.
that's was a little different. Like yeah, Yogi, we like you said, yeah, we hit it off. Like we became friends through Blue Sky. Uh, Valley, we definitely became friends but through Blue Sky. And Thomas, yeah, we became friends through Blue Sky. So I think it's possible, but like, how would you guys see about making friends as adults? Like, how do you go about doing it? And I'll let you kick it off, Belly.
I actually was just thinking about this, like how people like we don't really talk about like how you actually make friends. Like, so when you're a child, obviously you make friends because you go to school or your parents know other children who are around your age, and so now you just have friends, or these are proximity friendships that you make with people who are around you all the time. And so I feel like it's kind of the same as when you're an adult. So if you're doing something all the time, like going to work, or you go to school, or you go to the gym regularly, or you do pottery, or whatever your hobbies are, that's how you make friends. And I feel like people don't
Mm-hmm.
really like think about that a lot. Like they think that friends just come out of nowhere. And most
Mm-hmm.
people have friends who've been friends with them for a very long time. They've been friends with them since childhood. They gained them from childhood, or they're friends of a friend, and now you're best friends with that person. So I feel like when we talk about like being friends as adults, it's kind of like we don't know where we're supposed to start at, and it's kind of just
Yes.
you know be have hobbies, and then that's probably where you'll gain your most friends from, people who are like-minded, who like the same things as you, and you're just hanging around them so much that you kind of just you start talking to them, and now y'all are friends, and y'all are like, hey, maybe we should go hang out and do this and do that. But like as adults, it gets hard because your schedules are always different to keep friendships that are new. So I feel like when you want to make friends as an adult, I would say probably your workplace, even though I know a lot of people don't like that, but you're there literally every day. um and then would be your hobbies. So that's where you would get all of your friends from if you don't have friends from your childhood or your college or whatever.
I was gonna say it's hard to make friends sometimes through the workplace, especially like if you hate those people. Like
This is
I'm
true.
not, and I'm
You know
Exactly.
how I feel about the people that I work with. I can't stand them people.
not.
Every time I make friends with somebody at work, it's like it never goes good. Just because people are crazy, but that's neither here nor there. People are just crazy in general. They can be crazy outside of work, crazy in work. Just people are just nuts.
I
That's true.
remember sitting in a meeting one day, a team meeting. And I remember just sitting and like looking around the room thinking, I hate all these people. I hate everybody in here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So friends, coming by friends by way of work has not boded well, or that has not been a thing for me.
I
Yeah.
feel like if you like your job, so when I worked at Ulta, I loved Ulta. I love makeup, so that's like my passion. When I worked there, I found really good, genuine people that I liked and that were my friends for a really long time. When I worked there, so I feel like if you don't like your job, it's really going to be hard for you to find
Yeah,
friends because you don't
And I
like your job
didn't
and you don't like those people.
and I did not like my job. So you are
Mm-hmm.
right. I did not
Yeah.
like my
Mm-hmm.
job. I did not like the people. So I think you're on to something.
Mm-hmm.
I think I always say like when it comes to work, it's like these people are not your friends, they're your coworkers. If you are like in the same team, now if you have people that you work with, they're like in a complete different department, I think those are much easier to have friendships. I think those are okay. But like, if you're on my team, now we're not friends because the way I see it is, it's just like if there comes a day where you had to lie and save your ass or tell the truth to save mine,
Us. Mhm.
what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? You always gonna pick yourself, you know. But if you're in another complete department, usually that scenario, wouldn't happen. So I would say yes, but not within your immediate unit or
Mhm.
group
Yeah, I could
that
see
you can
that
have friends with
too.
at work.
Because there's less
Yeah,
competition as well.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Thomas.
Well, I can't make friends with people that I work with, man. It's just like figuring out a question for real. Like you don't really know what people are into. You know what I'm saying? People are like cordial because you guys
Mhm.
in the workplace together, and nobody wants to like get like beat each other's throats when you got to deal with people for 8 hours a day. But like, have you ever had a conversation with someone like about a non-work thing at work, and you find out they're like a flat earther or some shit like that? Like, I don't want you know what I mean? Like that's not where I want to end up. So I just like, yeah, like we're cool here. It's like that's
Yeah,
about it as far as it goes. As far as like meeting people like outside of work, you can meet people like at social gatherings, maybe like a homie you go after like any type of like after market activities, like you go to church or something like that. I think
Mhm.
you can make friends with people a little bit better in places like that. Just because you know what I mean, like it's a much more social kind of a setting. It's not
Mhm.
like you're not forced to be in proximity with these folks.
Yeah.
Like people at work, yeah, we cool. Like what I'm saying, I might pass by the hallway. We're not hanging out. We're never hanging out in
Yeah,
did
real.
did
I can
y'all
count.
ever notice? Sorry,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
it was a question. It's like this. This is something that I don't know. Maybe hopefully other people have noticed too. But like when I'm at work, we talk about everything but work. And then when there's like a happy hour, all we're doing is talking about work.
Yep. Never
And this
fail.
is
Yeah.
That's so
that's how I
true.
know that's how I know I got nothing in common with these people. Work is the only thing that I have in common with y'all. That's
Yep.
it. But I'm like, I don't want to talk about work. And then you're like looking at each other, twiddling your thumbs, and I'm like, wow, yeah, I don't understand this. So I just, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can count on one hand the number of people that I've worked with that I've actually made friends. Like there are some people that I've actually befriended and I've, because yeah, but it's usually like even what Veli was saying, like it's because we had like a common interest in something. Like, one of
Yeah.
my friends at my current job who he's not there anymore, but I've befriended him because we were both heavily into fantasy football. And so like we both was at work talking about fantasy football all the time. And so that's how we ended up becoming friends through that. So yeah, I just think yeah, again, I think you guys made some great points. All right. The next question I have for you guys is, so how many actual friends, because like I just said, I can count on one hand the number of friends I've actually made at work. How many actual friends have you made from social media? And I'll let you kick it off, Yogi.
Okay. Um, I don't know. I've been thinking about this ever since you emailed me or text me the questions, and I don't know. Like, I think my situation's kind of. I mean, I've been online for some years now, starting, I think, probably with YouTube. I never did MySpace or anything like that. Um, and then I went to Twitter, and then you guys know what happened with Twitter. It went to hell, and then we all escaped. But I met some people that there were some people that I never uh had any communication with beyond DMs that I considered friends. Um, and I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, like, were we friends or were we just, like,
In pounds.
yeah, just, I don't know, fulfilling something that was missing in our lives, or I don't know. But I've made some friends, and then I've also had some relationships fall apart, which is a whole nother topic. I don't know if we're going to get into that. But I don't know. I just think, well, we'll get into it a little bit. I think it's easier, excuse me, to walk away from online relationships as opposed to people that you have met face to face and people that you have
Hmm.
um what's the word I'm looking for, you guys? What's that word? That you've culminated a relationship with.
Cultivated.
Um, uh, cultivated, yeah, cultivate a relationship with, face to face. And I think the reason why that is because online it's so easy to just dismiss that person from your life.
Indeed.
Mhm.
You can mute, you can block, you can unfollow, you can whatever. Whereas in
Mhm.
person, it's not that simple. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I get that. Uh, Thomas, I'll let you go next.
Honestly, even though I just said a minute ago that online is a terrible place to meet friends, I've met a lot of really cool people online. I don't know if any of you guys were ever on Clubhouse before
Mm.
before that thing picked up. But I like before it went public and there was like all the crazy shit happening around that. Um, I met a lot of cool people just kind of like during the beta time, and I still talk to a lot of those people now. Only like in terms of like real friends. I didn't really make anybody who's like like deep, but I like have people I kick it with all the time that I met on there, and I consider them friends. Like so it's not like impossible to meet people online, but I think that like you said, like cultivating that real friendship takes time and work and energy that you're not necessarily committing to your quote unquote online friends.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, as much as you would like if you see somebody every day and it's like they live on your block or whatever, like we would do when we were kids. You would see
Right.
them every day in the that social setting. So like I said, I'm as far as like real friends, maybe about 5 or 6. I think, which isn't a small amount, but I don't think it's like
Hmm.
you can't friend every Tom, Dick, and Harry that you meet on the internet. Even if you get a
Oh
chance to
yeah,
like
nah.
them, we're interacting now, where I see you, you see me, and we're talking, and like what I'm saying, like I can hear what you're saying, and I can like gauge your opinions, like your terrible opinion that the weekend Super Bowl performance is the best ever.
It was great,
Like
bro.
talk about that,
Oh,
and I can see
listen,
where the psychosis has
this
begun.
gonna turn into a whole nother show. This gonna turn into a whole
All
nother
right,
show.
all right,
You're
I'll
not
keep
gonna
going.
sell it to me. You just not. You're not. It's just not happening.
Chris, you dead wrong. You wrong. It's a top 5 Super Bowl halftime show. I don't care what you say.
No, no, no. Top five trash, maybe, but
Whatever.
that's the only
Yeah,
top
cool.
five it's gonna be
All
on.
right, look. Oh, see, I ain't even intent for this, but let me do a quick run around. Valley, the weekend Super Bowl halftime,
Hmm.
good or not?
Oh
Good or
God.
bad?
Who?
The
No,
weekend.
that's not the right question.
The
See, that's
weekend.
not the right question. No, 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 no. That's not the
All right,
right
fine,
question.
fine, fine.
Ask her the question that
I
you
will ask the
typically do.
question.
Exactly,
Super Bowl
exactly,
Super Bowl
exactly.
halftime show that the weekend put on a couple of years ago. I think it was like Super Bowl 45 or whatever. Or it might have been 46. It doesn't matter. The weekend Super Bowl halftime
I,
show. Do you remember it?
I would just like to let you know I did not see that. I have
Oh,
no judgments,
Girl,
but
it was
all
the
right.
one where he was running around through those damn
Yes,
mirrors
That's
looking
right.
yes.
Yes.
crazy.
When he
He
was
looked
putting on that
crazy.
whole production doing
Man, they had those
Like,
same
please.
mirrors at Chuck E. Cheese when I
you're
took my
saying that's
kids.
top five
Thank
when he
you.
ran through mirrors.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you, Thomas.
crazy.
See, Thomas, see, we gonna be
There it
like,
is.
See,
see, Thomas,
whatever,
thank
man.
you.
Y'all
Thank
are
you.
dead wrong. That
They
halftime show
did.
was
They
I'll
literally
watch
had
it
one
and
of
No,
those
I'll
like
mirror
give you
mazes
my
when I went to
honest
Chuck E.
opinion.
Cheese and I took my kids.
I
Like
am
for real.
totally
Uh-uh.
judging you for like rating that as one of the best halftime shows
it
ever.
Thank
Like
you.
was.
I'm
Thank
Go
you.
back and
like
watch it.
Thank
almost
you.
like
Oh
disappointed.
Lord.
No,
Go back and
no.
watch it.
Thank you. Thank
First
you.
off, like
You are
go back and
outnumbered,
watch
sir.
it.
Mm-mm.
If you watched it,
I'll
you
watch
would
it and I'll
see it.
give you my honest opinion. I'll watch it and I'll give you my honest opinion. You
Don't
know I'm
watch
gonna tell you
it.
you wrong for liking this.
It'll make you
Don't.
motion
What?
sick. It'll make you motion
Yes.
sick.
Yeah.
Motion
Yes.
Whatever.
sick.
It was terrible.
Yes.
Oh
No, it
Lord.
wasn't. It was
It was
great. I
terrible.
look forward to hear. You know what, Valley? I trust your judgment, so I look forward to seeing what you think. All right. Before Thomas derailed, I'm gonna let me go ahead and jump to right. I'm sorry. Yogi answered, Thomas answered, Valley, you answer. How many actual friends have you made from social media?
I feel like this is like um a difficult question because I feel like I consider a lot of the people not. I'm not going to say a lot because I don't make a lot of friends online. But if you have my number and you can text me, I consider you my friend. So I feel like that alone is probably like 5 people, and actually, really, 2 of them don't even count because they got my number from a group chat. So and I did not give it to them, so that don't really count. But I feel like I have a few friends, and I don't make a lot because people eventually reveal who they really are. Once
Yes.
you're friends with them for a long time
Yep.
and the online facade just kind of falters.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some people who I consider genuine people. And if you become my friend, I'm such a genuine person. I think I'm your friend. Like I think we're friends. So if I become your friend, I think we're cool until I find out you're not cool. And now we're not cool anymore. And I have no problem with cutting you off, but I also have no problem with cutting off people in real life if I feel like you're being a shitty friend to me.
That's me,
Um,
Belly. Like that sounds so much
so
like
I
my
have quite a few friends who
experience.
I've gathered from online. Um, and a lot of them are just like, I've never seen them in person. They probably live overseas somewhere. We probably will never meet, but we text every day or we text most of the time. And it's been years. So I do believe you can make friends online. You really do just have to find genuine people, and all the people who are crazy, you can't just let them discourage you from finding
Right.
those genuine people who
Hmm.
want to be your friend, or who you're cool with. Because there are a lot of wild people on the internet, but that's what you get when you access millions of people who you never had access to before.
True. Very true.
Very true.
One
Okay.
thing Pudgy
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
used to
Yogi.
say, one thing Pudgy used to say, because she would disappear for like months at a time where I wouldn't see her on Blue Sky. And when she'd come back, I'd be like, Pudgy. And she's like, yeah, girl, I had to take a break. She's like, I just don't feel like I need access to everybody's thoughts all the
Mhm.
time. And I was
Yes.
just like, yeah,
Facts.
that.
Exactly.
Whatever happened to secret, guys? Secrets are nice. Secrets are great. And now people just,
Nobody wants to
there's no
keep
more
their
secrets.
business to themselves.
Yes.
You,
God,
Well, and that's
you know
that's
what?
why
actually scary.
I'm not on right now is because I felt like I was oversharing and I started to feel embarrassed about it. Um, but I don't know. I mean, like I'm kind of nutty in my own way. So, I mean, some of the things I would write about, I mean, I would actually giggle about, be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you told these people that. You told these strangers." Like
Well,
you
you
told
know,
these strangers all your business.
it's funny that you actually say that because I sent you guys a couple of questions and I told you that I had some other questions I was going to hit you with. And actually, one of the questions that I wrote down that I was going to ask you guys later, but now is a great time to ask it, is do you feel like we overshare when it comes to what we post on social media? And Yogi, you actually just answered. So, Chris, I'll let
Absolutely.
you answer, even though I just heard Velas. Go ahead, Chris.
I do think that people tend to overshare. I don't. I just don't put my business out there like that. But yeah, people be oversharing. Like I should not know that you have a mysterious bump in your nether regions. I should not know that you're having problems with your baby mama or your baby daddy. I should not know that someone jacked your bank account. Like I shouldn't know any of those things. Like I'm knowing too much information and it's like against my will. I don't want to know. I don't want to know who you slept with, who you want to sleep with. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Secrets, guys. Secrets are great. Secrets are necessary. It's gotten to the point where yeah, people absolutely 100% overshare, and it's like ugh, it puts a bad taste in my mouth. And people like that, the ones that tend to overshare, are the ones that I don't have relationships with because I cannot trust you. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot trust that you won't put our business out there.
Right.
Whatever it is, either good, bad, or
Mhm.
indifferent. I can't do that. You've got to have a line.
Mhm.
I don't know. If you don't have that line, then yeah, nah, I'm good with that.
Mhm.
Okay, Thomas.
Yeah. I don't think that's like in dispute, man. You'll find out what a person like if a person has corn in their shit online. People will tell you the goddamn thing. Like,
Mhm.
and you don't need to. You could kept that shit right in the old brain basket, my dude. Like, I didn't need to know. Not your doctor. I don't have like any advice. I can't help you with this situation. So why are you telling me about it? Like, it's just people have a tendency to like you get an audience, you want to like you want to like say something that is
Mm-hmm.
kind of controversial or just kind of get people's tongues wagging and all of, we don't need to know all of that shit about you, my dude. Like I assure you, like you can have an engaging debate without telling me all your business. And I like don't overshare. My wife's not like big on into social media. She has like a personal page, so I don't really share stuff about us unless I can be okay with her first. Like a lot of that stuff I just keep close to the vest because I don't really know y'all like that.
Mhm.
I don't want an audience of people discussing my business like that's not really what I'm in this for. I'm just like I want to
Yeah.
jokes and shit. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the
It's so weird. It's
yeah,
so
it is.
weird. And then the same people complain and be like, why you all up in my business? Well, you put it on
You
Facebook, then
told
put it
Told
on
us.
us.
X. I mean,
You
you can't
literally
get
told us.
mad. You can't get mad that we're talking about it. Like you obviously wanted us to know. You obviously wanted us to talk. So now we're doing that. Wild.
And I think it's the
Absolutely wild.
over familiarity that makes people like for me, and for like, and when I say I put my business out there, I wasn't talking about nothing crazy. I wasn't talking about no drama or yeah, I did a 8 ball of crack last night or anything crazy like that. But I think like, you start feeling overly familiar with people. And so you think, oh, it's okay.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. And then that being behind the screen, there's something
Mm.
about that, about being behind that screen, being behind the keyboard. And even if you have
Yeah.
your picture up, as your profile picture or whatever, there's something that feels almost safe about sharing things that you wouldn't necessarily share with someone else face to face.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's something.
Well, Veli, I already know your answer, but you can answer.
You know, I think these people talk way too much. Like they share way too much information that I never needed to know in my life. Like I just don't understand why people talk so much. Like I do understand why they decide they want to, blurt out their business. They want community. And so they think that these
Yes.
people are, relating to them in a way to where they feel comfortable. They don't have that in their real life. So that's why they're doing it. But like I just can't. There's like a
It's
digital footprint that you have and now it's attached to your face because you have your profile picture up. And it's you. And I think it's crazy. I don't know. Get a diary, please. Get a best friend outside of, your social media. You can't just keep telling us stuff that we never asked to know. And also, you want to be mad about when people have comments about your situations that you done told us about. Like, how else do we
yeah.
know about this and can be talking about it if you never told us?
Right.
This is crazy. You're crazy.
Yeah.
But I definitely think people do it to seek attention, to
Hmm.
get validation, and to find community in not the healthiest ways. And I think that
Right.
a lot of social media friendships
Mhm.
come from unhealthy, um, you know, reach outs for relationships. It's really unhealthy. And
I
that's where you
agree.
get all the crazy people at.
I agree.
Mhm.
Well said.
Yeah.
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 I've always taken the thing, the approach, and I've posted about it before. It's like, yeah, you don't have to like some stuff you can just keep to yourself. Like it's okay. Like I mean, it's funny. Like I feel like at times, sometimes, I never looked at myself as a person that overshares, but then sometimes I think maybe I am, or maybe I had, because I remember when like Twitter first came out, I used to think it was dumb because I used to think like, especially like in terms of what people would post about. And I was sitting there and saying, like, I don't care what you had for lunch. And it's like now, like
Yeah.
like now I find
And now
myself
you know much more than what people had for lunch.
exactly. And so it's like, I don't know.
They
It's
might
but
as well tell you their social security number. I don't know.
it wouldn't put it like it would not put it past like I wouldn't put it past people to because like sometimes even when you see certain people do like certain question threads and then you're sitting there like you are literally giving away like your
Important
personal
information.
yeah
Like,
like
Like
how somebody
password.
exactly
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Like these are password security questions here.
exactly.
Like, what are we doing?
Exactly. So, all right. So that's gonna do it for this portion of the 0 to 100 podcast. Uh, like I said, I've ever since I started posting it on YouTube, it's been a little bit differently. The visual version from the audio versions. The audio version is actually up, and that combines the part one conversation that I had with Christina, Thomas, Yogi, and Veli, along with the review portion, which I actually posted Sunday night under the video heading of the reviews are in. So if you wanted to just get the full combination of the two pieces, you could again listen to the audio form as well as the video form because there's always a little bit of variation and difference there. But I want to give a big shout out, thanks once again to Christina, Thomas, Veli, and Yogi. And you will get part two of our conversation in the next episode that I post later this week. So again, thanks for watching and listening to the 0 to 100 podcast. As always, you can join the conversation and let me know what you think. Simply email the show at 0 to 100pod@gmail.com. That's the number 0TO100pod@gmail.com. And you can follow me, of course, on all of the socials at WCW Poet. Simply search that and you should be able to find me. Let me know again what you guys think, especially in terms of how I've been doing the different formats. But it was always it's always fun having good conversations, and I know I will have my friends back on again at some point. But again, you'll be able to see and hear the second part of our conversation where we get into some pros and cons of these different social media apps in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching and listening. This has been the 0 to 100 podcast. It's episode 155. This portion was part two. Why can't we be friends? We out.